William Zepeda Shakur deal. Look, it's the fight that people want to see. It's the fight that that the boxing world has been talking about. Shakur has been talking about it. Obviously, William wants the fight, so that's what's going to happen.
National treasure. He would be a superstar, and he should be not just a superstar of boxing, but a superstar of American sport. He's 27 years of age. He's a 3-division world champion, and he's never broken sweat. Eric Gomez said it right about comparing him to Floyd Mayweather.
In his own words, Shakur Stevenson made it clear he's not walking into the ring to follow any script. He's not focused solely on boxing or brawling. He's aiming for the best performance of his career. That means putting together a complete showcase of skill, intelligence, and willpower. This isn't about playing it safe or going toe-to-toe just for spectacle. It's about commanding every moment in the ring to ensure that after July 12, the name Shakur Stevenson echoes through the mind of William Zepeda and the boxing world alike.
It sounds like that's what they want me to do, so the thing is, I'm coming in there to put on a performance. I'm not focused on doing one thing. I'm not focused on standing there fighting. I'm not focused on boxing. I'm coming in there to put on the best performance of my career, and July 12th, Zepeda gonna remember my name.
Oscar De La Hoya reinforced that this bout isn't just a promotional idea. It's a fight the fans have demanded. The buzz around Shakur versus Zepeda isn't artificial hype. It's born from a genuine hunger within the boxing community. According to De La Hoya, both camps want this fight, and the public has been vocal about it. It's a rare alignment in boxing where fighters, promoters, and fans are all in agreement. That energy adds even more weight to Stevenson's mission to deliver a performance that answers the hype.
William Zepeda Shakur deal. Look, it's the fight that people want to see. It's the fight that that the boxing world has been talking about. Shakur has been talking about it. Obviously, William wants the fight, so that's what's going to happen.
Eddie Hearn didn't mince words when he described how undervalued Shakur Stevenson might be in America. Had he been born in the UK, he'd be hailed as a national treasure. Hearn emphasized Shakur's immense achievements, a 3-division world champion by 27, accomplished without breaking a sweat. It's a reminder that we may be witnessing greatness in real time, but greatness must constantly reaffirm itself, and Hearn is positioning the Zepeda fight as a stage for Stevenson to receive the recognition he truly deserves.
National treasure. He would be a superstar, and he should be not just a superstar of boxing, but a superstar of American sport. He's 27 years of age. He's a 3-division world champion, and he's never broken sweat. Eric Gomez said it right about comparing him to Floyd Mayweather.
Despite his confidence, Shakur is not underestimating William Zepeda. He acknowledged Zepeda's lifelong preparation for this moment and reminisced about knowing him back in their teenage years. That long-standing familiarity adds a layer of intensity and mutual respect to the bout. Shakur made it clear he's not taking this fight lightly. He knows this is Zepeda's shot at history too. But in that same breath, Stevenson said he's locking in, and he's stepping on Zepeda. That's not just bravado, it's a calculated readiness to dominate.
The UK, what's the difference you notice about boxing in America? The man to my left, if he was from the UK, he would be what we call a national treasure. He would be a superstar. And he should be not just a superstar of boxing, but a superstar of American sport. He's 27 years of age. He's a 3-division world champion. And he's never...
When questions arose about the financial terms and social media chatter, De La Hoya seemed uncertain about what caused the noise. He acknowledged that William Zepeda is already on board, suggesting that any issues surrounding money or negotiations were never from their end. This section reveals the murky world of boxing politics, but more importantly, it shows that the Zepeda camp is ready. The fog of negotiation can cloud big fights, but this one seems locked in, and both fighters appear fully focused.
He tweeted at Turkey, he tweeted at you about like the money issue. What exactly like happened there and what changed?
I seriously don't know what money Shakur Stevenson has been asking for, what Matchroom has promised him. I'm literally not sure exactly. We have William.
Hearn invoked the names of Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Pernell Whitaker when talking about Stevenson's talent level. But what caught attention was his emphasis that greatness demands great opponents. That's where William Zepeda enters the picture. For Shakur to be compared to legends, he must conquer elite challenges. This fight, according to Hearn, is where Stevenson has the chance to silence doubters and remind the world that he belongs among boxing's elite. It's more than a defense, it's a declaration.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker, all of the greats. This is how good this man is. But for greatness, you need a great opponent, and that is William Zepeda. And this is the fight where Shakur Stevenson will show everybody how great and special he is. I think you're talking about pound for pound, #1 greatness from this man. And
Coach Rell provided critical insight into Zepeda's fighting habits. He suggested that Zepeda has a predictable style, one that wears opponents down by walking straight at them. But for Shakur, a fighter with elite timing and accuracy, that kind of approach could backfire. Rell emphasized that if Stevenson can't handle that style, he doesn't belong at the top, but the tone was confident. Shakur thrives against fighters who come forward, and Rell seems certain Stevenson will exploit Zepeda's pressure to his advantage. Shakur's trainer again highlighted the cerebral part of his game. Even with injuries like bad hands, Shakur finds a way to win. He knows when to go hard, when to coast, and how to win rounds. That strategic IQ is what sets him apart from others in the division. In this upcoming fight, even if he's not 100%, Stevenson's fight IQ could be the biggest weapon in the ring. Watching him execute game plans with such precision is what makes him such a dangerous opponent. Despite earlier confusion, De La Hoya doubled down on the fight's inevitability. Both fighters are happy, he confirmed, and the boxing world has been clamoring for this matchup. That level of anticipation means expectations are sky high, and with everyone aligned on making it happen, there's a sense that something major is brewing. This isn't just a bout, it's a boxing event. Shakur's vow to make a statement now carries the weight of an entire sport's attention behind it.
We have William happy, and he's our fighter, and but as far as I know, this fight is going to take place, and it's the fight that should be happening. I think it's the fight that both fighters want, and I think the boxing world has been yearning for it for quite a while now. So yeah, I'm excited to make it happen.
Coach Randall was blunt. Anyone criticizing Shakur after this fight will simply be haters. He pointed out that unlike past opponents, Stevenson won't be gun-shy. He will let his hands go. The fight is being framed as a classic clash of styles, Zepeda's pressure versus Shakur's finesse, but Randall believes that Stevenson's willingness to engage will separate him from past boxers who faltered under pressure. That's the statement Shakur wants to make. He's not just slick, he's willing to stand and dominate.
Anyone say anything after the fight, they just a Shakur hater. Yeah. That's all. They don't want him to look a certain way or be a certain way, because one thing we do know, Zepeda is going to let his hands go. He's not going to do what De Los Santos did, and that's the difference between those fights. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to be a prime, pressure fighter versus a boxer.
Eddie Hearn didn't hold back when he said Shakur Stevenson is the clearest #1 in his division. The belt at 135 pounds may be technically vacant, but in Hearn's eyes, there's no debate. Shakur is the true king. He emphasized the importance of legitimizing this matchup with title implications, urging decision makers to recognize what the fans and insiders already know. This statement reflects how the boxing establishment sees Shakur, not as a contender, but as the standard. And July 12th becomes the perfect stage for that dominance to be solidified.
And I know that you've got special dispensation, not you, Versace, but the committee. The 135-pound belt is vacant right now. This is a belt that should be contested between Shakur Stevenson and William Zepeda on July 12th. We'll leave it there. I hope you will consider it with His Excellency, who you guys know the sport inside out. You know how good this man is. And for everybody watching this stream right now, everybody watching around the world.
Hearn again went national, this time speaking directly to the American audience. His tone was almost pleading, telling fans to recognize the greatness standing before them. Shakur Stevenson, he said, is just getting started, but already one of the greatest American fighters alive. Zepeda will bring the heat, no doubt, but this fight is where the public needs to pay attention. It's not just a boxing match. It's a showcase for a generational talent. And that talent is ready to explode in front of a worldwide audience.
And what you've got here, absolute greatness of the sport. He's just getting started. And this is a tremendous fight. Zepeda's a great fighter, but you will see why Shakur Stevenson is one of the greatest fighters this country has ever produced.
So, are you asking for sanction?
Sorry?
Are you
Coach Rell, a man who's been by Shakur's side for years, gave a powerful endorsement of his fighter's ring intelligence. He's been around elite talent, but none compared to Shakur's IQ. This isn't just physical talent, it's mental dominance. While Zepeda may push forward with brute force, Shakur dissects opponents like a chess master. And that's the real battleground in this fight. Zepeda's pace versus Stevenson's calculation, and Rell's comments reinforce why many believe Shakur will come out on top, because he's simply thinking 2 moves ahead. Coach Randall added an intriguing twist. He envisions Shakur stepping into Zepeda, not away from him. That flips the narrative. Instead of the slick boxer evading pressure, we might see Stevenson meeting fire with fire. He likened it to the Padley fight, where aggression wasn't a compromise, it was a strategy. If Shakur truly presses forward, it changes everything. It shows he's not just out to win rounds, he's out to dominate. That kind of aggression, paired with his IQ, could be Zepeda's undoing.
I can't wait for that fight because I can see Shakur actually step into him.
Yeah, kind of like the Padley fight.
Yeah, I can see Shakur stepping into Zepeda. I really can.
In just a few words, Hearn touched on something massive: pound for pound greatness. Not just in the lightweight division, but across all weight classes. He believes Shakur has that level of skill, that kind of ceiling. To be considered pound for pound #1 is boxing's highest honor, and Hearn is clearly placing Stevenson in that conversation. But to enter that realm, Shakur needs signature wins, and Zepeda presents that opportunity. It's more than a title eliminator, it's a defining chapter in Stevenson's quest for legacy.
The Ring Magazine are doing such an incredible job with these cards, but I do have...
What makes this even more compelling is that Shakur acknowledges Zepeda's moment. He knows Zepeda has waited his entire career for this fight. That mutual recognition elevates the stakes. Shakur isn't pretending his opponent is beneath him. He's admitting Zepeda's hunger is real. But that awareness doesn't translate into fear. Instead, it fuels his preparation. Because when both men are this motivated, only the sharper, more composed fighter will win. And Shakur is betting that all the years, all the talk, and all the work will culminate in one unforgettable performance. As we close in on fight night, everything comes full circle. Shakur Stevenson isn't just fighting for a win, he's fighting for validation, legacy, and supremacy. He's already a 3-division champion, a generational talent, and a strategist in the ring. But now he wants to make a statement. July 12th isn't about playing it safe, it's about leaving no doubts, silencing critics, and making Zepeda and the world remember his name. This is the moment Shakur becomes more than elite. This is where he becomes undeniable. If you loved this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe to Box Eye Hub, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss part 2 and all future fight analyses. Drop your predictions in the comments. Will Shakur outbox Zepeda, or are we in for a shocker? Stay tuned to Box Eye Hub, where boxing lives and breathes daily.